What's the mood of the team this week?
Good. I mean, obviously we're a team that believes in ourselves, and we know we can play better than we played last week.
Did Joevin give you what you were looking for this week?
Yeah, I mean, he's trained well this week. Everybody's
the
trained
Colorado
well.
game is what I meant. After sitting the week before.
I mean, it was a tough game to single out individuals because as a team, I thought the unit didn't play as well as we could play, and so it's tough sometimes because everybody. His game becomes part of that, and everybody's goes down a little bit. So we're going to rise up this week, and he'll be part of it.
As frustrated as you were after that game, is it good to get back into the routine and get ready for the next match?
Yeah, I mean, when you play a game like that, you'd actually rather have a match the next day. But it's good to get back in the rhythm and get some training in and be ready to go for Saturday.
And your thoughts and scouting report on Columbus?
Obviously they're a good team. They've gotten off to a slow start, but they're a team that likes to possess the ball, likes to spread the field, and they like to put their players in. They rely a lot on their pace up front with Miram and Finley and Kamara, and they look for Higuain to knock those guys in.
How do you think the team overall has adjusted to playing without Oba this year, and what's kind of been the most challenging part about replacing that production that he always brought?
Well, I mean, it's an adjustment for sure because we've played with Oba for the last couple of years, and so really there wasn't a lot of time to work on him not being here, and we really haven't replaced him at this stage. But certainly Jordan Morris has gotten a couple of goals in the last couple of games, and I think as guys become more comfortable, Alex Anderson, people like that, eventually we'll find that production. But on the short term, obviously Oba was a great player for us, and we miss him.
With the DEP opening that he left, is there any particular skill set that you think if you brought it in, it could be especially helpful, or what you're looking for on that end?
Yeah, we're looking, but I'm not going to go into that. Yeah.
Did Morris get in kind of knocked today?
Did who?
He came off early, Jordan.
Jordan, yeah, he was just a little bit tight, so we told him just to go in. So today's Thursday. We feel it'll be fine by Saturday.
How is 2016 Zach Scott different from expansion season Zach Scott?
He's older. For sure he's older. But, no, he's over the years, he's done a lot of work in terms of improving his passing, improving his technical play. I mean, he's a much better player with the ball than he's ever been. He's an experienced player. But he's a guy that you can rely upon, and he's always been that from day one. He's still a competitor, but I think probably the biggest improvement is just his ability on the ball.
Does the older though show up in the traditional ways? I mean, is he substantially slower than he was 7 seasons ago?
No, I don't think there's been a substantial drop-off in any of those areas. I mean, he does a good job of maintaining his fitness in the off-season as well. He's the guy who knew as he got older that, you can't just take a break and then come back into it. You got to maintain it, and he's done a good job with that.
To that point, has he slowed down? You used to tell a story where he would over-practice and be the last guy on the pitch. Has he slowed down a bit in knowing that he doesn't?
Yeah, definitely. We've talked to him about that, and a lot of the work that he did early on was work on his technique and so forth. And it's like, hey, you're about there that way, and so now it's a matter of making sure that your body's ready to play because you are getting older. So his balance between training and doing the work and making sure you're strong, because that's one of the things you lose when you're older is your strength. He's done a good job of balancing that.
Dempsey and Valdez look like they're back all the way.
Yeah, they were able to go through training, so I'll have a better idea once I talk to him when I get inside.
Kind of Matt's question, but about Zach, but in a team sense, it sounded like when Schmetzer kind of adjourned training today, he said, we're done, but y'all can stay and work, and obviously some people are still there. I mean, are you pleased with the above and beyondness of this team?
No, that's something we've always encouraged our guys to do, is in terms of getting extra work in and having individual work and guys recognizing what they need to work on. And some guys just like to stay out, like Chad Marshall, and strike balls. There's other guys that want to do extra shooting and so forth. And try and observe, make sure that guys aren't pushing themselves into too much of a bad area. There are still guys who sometimes overtrain, and we try and make them aware of that.